There's once again another update on CM Punk's whereabouts, so we'll check out what's up there. We'll also see the latest for Brock Lesnar, Rhea Ripley, Nikki Cross, and much more. Let's start things off with a brief update for CM Punk. The big news in recent days has been how Impact Wrestling has allegedly been super interested in signing CM Punk and even had an offer for him on the table. Well, in a continuation of that story, reports claim that CM Punk was backstage at a recent Impact Wrestling taping in Chicago. It's definitely not the first time CM Punk has visited Impact Wrestling tapings. He's definitely stopped by to show some support for friends in years past. But with this visit taking place a few days after it was reported that Impact Wrestling was interested in him, that really made fans take notice of the visit even more. Reports claim that even though there's possibilities that Punk could join Impact, it just seems like a long shot right now. They claim that in AEW, CM Punk was making nearly 15 to 20 times the amount of pay that the top stars received in Impact Wrestling. So him going to Impact Wrestling would most likely be a huge drop-off for him in the money department. That's the latest with CM Punk, but everyone is definitely keeping an eye on all of his moves right now. WWE has been hosting their premium live events in Saudi Arabia a few times a year since 2018. And someone who was present at every single one of those Saudi Arabia big events was Brock Lesnar. If there was a show in Saudi Arabia, he was always on the card and never missed a single show there ever since the partnership began. But Crown Jewel 2023 will break that streak for Brock Lesnar, and it will be his first Saudi Arabia show that he misses. Reports claim that the reason behind Brock Lesnar not being booked on the show is because WWE allegedly felt like Crown Jewel already had a strong enough card full of star power like Roman Reigns, John Cena, Logan Paul, and many others. So reports claim that they felt like the card they have right now can carry the show on its own, and they'll save Brock Lesnar for a future date. And that's definitely an understandable reason. Back before the strike ended, no one would have ever expected John Cena to be at Crown Jewel. So that alone is a blessing to WWE right now that he's on the card. So maybe in a way, Cena took that spot that Brock Lesnar would have had. So Brock might have missed Crown Jewel, but with WrestleMania season being right around the corner, everyone expects to see Brock Lesnar back for that. It appears that another storyline and angle for a superstar being in a trance is starting up in WWE. During her tag team match with Natalya, Nikki Cross suddenly stood completely still on the apron, with a blank look on her face before slowly walking to the back. We didn't get much story details or other information for the rest of the night for what was happening there, but it instantly gave fans flashbacks to Alexa Bliss and her trances. Alexa was the last superstar to truly have a big storyline with the topic of being in a trance state. The way they did it with Alexa was pretty interesting towards the start. She was her normal self, but you could definitely tell that she was hiding something or fighting something off from being seen. And the second she heard the Fiend's name mentioned out loud is when she would enter this trance state and absolutely lose it, either becoming extremely evil through her actions or being like Nikki and blankly staring in the distance before walking it off to the back. And we know that Nikki Cross was extremely close to that Alexa Bliss storyline when it was happening all those years ago. It was actually Nikki Cross that was trying to actively break Alexa out of these trances and out of Bray Wyatt's control. And now fast forward 3 years later and we see Nikki Cross is now going through the very similar situation to what she was once trying to save Alexa Bliss from. It's still pretty early to know what exactly is going on with Nikki Cross. We know that Nikki Cross used to be a pretty frightening and scary character way back in her NXT days. She had a whole mysterious and scary act going for herself back then. But then, she opened up during her tag team time with Alexa Bliss. Then she turned into the superhero, Nikki ASH. She now appears to be the character that could be going back to its original roots of being a scary and mysterious character. And there's some good theories out there already. On SmackDown, there's been a lot of vignettes for Alba Fire and Isla Dawn returns. And in those vignettes, it definitely seems like they're cooking up some kind of spell or to something really suspicious and evil. So it has many fans wondering if maybe it's Alba and Isla that have possessed Nikki Cross and taken control of her. The other popular fan theory has fans wondering if this is a connection to long-awaited rumors and the formation of the Wyatt Six faction. It's been rumored and reported for a few weeks now that there was apparent plans to form the Wyatt Six faction and continue the story with Uncle Howdy leading the group. So considering Nikki Cross's history and ties to Bray Wyatt and Alexa Bliss, is Howdy interested in Nikki because of that connection she once had to them? Uncle Howdy loved being around and keeping an eye on Bray Wyatt and Alexa Bliss in WWE, but both Bray and Alexa are no longer around. So in their absence, is that why Howdy could be coming after Nikki Cross? Because she's the closest thing left to Bray Wyatt and Alexa Bliss, and he's trying to build something up there. Alexa's return is still a very long time away, but maybe Howdy even wants Alexa and Nikki to reunite within this group. That'll also be interesting. Alexa and Nikki have been involved with each other over the last few years, but we haven't seen them team up with each other full-time in soon-to-be 4 years. So it'll be extremely intriguing to see if that's the recruitment that's happening right now with Nikki Cross. It definitely was a moment that got a lot of coverage from WWE and their socials. So it seems like they're trying to say that the moment with Nikki is important and could be the start of a significant storyline in the upcoming few weeks. Fans are starting to pick up on the fact that the Judgment Day nearly opens up every single edition of Monday Night Raw. Well, as of the October 23rd edition of Raw, one or more members of the Judgment Day has been featured in the opening segment of Raw for 7 straight weeks. So it's a pretty unbelievable stat, and we'll have to see if that streak does continue in the coming weeks. But the group is still up to a lot right now. Damian Priest and Cody Rhodes will square off at Crown Jewel in a singles match, while Rhea Ripley will defend her title in a fatal 5-way match at Crown Jewel. And another very interesting thing involving the Judgment Day is their recruiting of Drew McIntyre. We saw Rhea and Drew have a backstage conversation a few weeks back, but we didn't get to hear much of what was being talked about. But during this week's edition of Raw, Rhea Ripley's music hit during Drew McIntyre versus Sami Zayn, with Rhea even coming on the apron to distract Sami Zayn. Drew took advantage of Rhea's distraction and hit Sami with a Claymore for the win. There's no solid confirmation if Drew McIntyre and Rhea planned all that beforehand, but all indications from Drew McIntyre appear to be that he didn't ask for Rhea to do that beforehand, but he did take advantage of everything she was doing within the moment. It was possible Rhea Ripley just was trying to show Drew McIntyre how easy life would be for him if he joined the Judgment Day. So they're keeping the story thread hanging right there. It'll be interesting to see if Drew McIntyre would consider Rhea's offer, or if he's standing firm on that decision not to join the group. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.